Hello, good evening, and welcome to tonight's live stream. Today we are launching our very new course, Videography Business course, and today I'm going to try to go through what is contained in that course. So just let me know, I haven't been gone live for some time. There was a leak inside this studio. I just hope everything on your side is going on well. Just let me know where you're watching me from, and I don't want to waste a lot of time today. I want to give you a lot of insights and tips in terms of how you make money through videography and how you can also be successful as a videographer, not just having the great talent, but making a living out of that talent, just like myself. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing. So just let me know if everything is fine, if sound is fine and everything, then we get started. All right, so in today's live again, everything is fine. I just got a confirmation. So in today's live again, this whole year we had great plans. I had great plans for the videography industry, for the film industry, and for those people in the media space, right? Those people who wants to use videos to maybe promote their businesses and stuff like that. But unfortunately, some of those plans were cut short, and I'm so sad. And now I have come back. Right, I have come back and we continue from where we stopped. So I'm just waiting for some few people to join so that we can hit the road, because today is going to be fire. Today is going to be fire. All right, so videography. If you are one of those people who are doubting to say, should I join videography or not? Is there money in videography? If I join videography, how am I going to make money in videography? What do I need for me to join videography? Because some of the people that I have met, most of my students, they never really put videography as something that they wanted to do. They just joined it because there's a lot of demand for video nowadays. There's a lot of demand. People are making money from videos. Many businesses actually are advertising their businesses through videos. So there's a lot of demand. So a lot of people actually just joined, not necessarily understanding the ins and outs of videography. They just joined because other people are doing it. And now they're finding success is a little bit difficult. And that's what I have. That's what I am addressing in the course that we are launching, Videography Pro. All right, so videography business. So in the course, let me start with what is contained in the course. Then I'm going to also talk about the videography gear that I'm giving. So throughout the year, every month end, I was supposed to be giving out gear as usual. I usually give out gear that I no longer need. Like if you see that Ronin, it has been there like for 6 months. I never even taken it. There's another one there. I have a lot of lights, a lot of drones. You know, I'm one person who, for each and every project that I do, I feel like I need to buy a new gear to use on that videography gig, all right? So I find myself like I have a lot of gear that I don't really use, you know? I was even shocked. I forgot I had almost 15 lights, video lights that I've been using in 2019. They've just been packed in the garage. So I went through it and I found a lot of gear that I don't use, and those gears, they get damaged. You know, there was an incident where my cameras, almost 5 of them, they just stopped working, the screens and stuff, because I know I don't use them. So such kind of gear I give to my students that are enrolled in my classes. All right. So I have a successful online class where I teach videography. If you go to ufc.unify inventive, you'll find all my courses there. I teach how to create videos, how to edit, how to color grade, how to shoot music videos, how to shoot wedding videos. And it is a step-by-step guide. And those people who have enrolled in those classes already, they can tell you that, in fact, ever since I launched that course last year, nobody has said, what I'm learning here is not what I was expecting. No, not even anybody has complained or said, no, refund my money or anything. That is just how good they are. All right, so I'm supposed to be giving out gear, and because I was busy throughout the year, I didn't manage to give gear. So starting this coming Saturday, I'm giving out gear, and I only give to my students that have enrolled in the classes. So I'm giving away at least 20 video lights. I'm going to give away a monitor. I'm going to give away the Ronin S. The Ronin S, I've just used it maybe twice or 3 times. It's not my choice of gimbal. I normally use the Ronin MX. So I'm giving away that Ronin S. I'm also giving away a small gimbal for the phone. I don't use it. I'm giving away smoke machines that I don't use. You know, I'm giving away a glide cam. I'm giving away, around 27 filmmaking gear. So I had a deal to say the first 50 people that will join the classes, between now and Saturday, the first 50 people, that is where I'm going to give gear to. So all the details, they will follow later in the broadcast, but then let's get into the videography business launching. All right, so if you have been in a situation where you are a videographer, but when a project come by you, right, you are lost. You don't actually know how much you should charge. You know, you are hoping you give them a charge to say, no, I charge 5,000, but inside your heart, you are crying to say, hey, are they gonna agree? Are they gonna, you know, such kind of a battle. I've been there before. So I've been in a situation where I was supposed to go to school, right? I was supposed to go to school to study, just like any other people. And there wasn't money for me to go to school. So videography was something that I was thinking, maybe this thing can take place, you know? But then I was looking at is it gonna make a living for me or not? You know, so I was just there. There was no problem with me joining videography, but the problem is does it have money? So in the course Videography Business, I describe exactly how I got started myself and the business opportunities that you can have, the business opportunities that maybe you might not know because maybe you just get told by other people to say videography this, but now for the first time, first hand, from the person who started from ground up, right? And if you are really serious about videography, making money in videography and making money through videos, I think this is the course that you need to first start getting, right? I'm going to talk about the price and how you pay later. It's very cheap, actually. It's very cheap. So I started from ground up. There was no YouTube when I started. There was no computers. I was editing using VCR, right? I had no connection in the industry. In fact, people actually were saying that videography is just is a career for failures. You know, videography will not take you anywhere. I had so much discouragement, and by the way, I was very intelligent at school, right? I had so much discouragement from family, from friends, nobody actually. In fact, people just wrote me off saying, this guy, we know intelligent people don't do anything in life. So if you are somebody who is in that position to say, how do I get started? What are some of the things that I need to get started in order for me to move on in videography? Then this is the course that you need to get, right? So in the first chapter, I describe to exploring your passion for videography and how you can make videography something that you can start loving, you know. And a lot of people say, videography, it takes a lot of time for you to learn videography. You have to go to school and stuff like that. But the reality is exactly the opposite. You know, there isn't a lot to learn in videography. You know, recently I was watching the Apple event. That whole event, the whole Apple event, $1 trillion company, you know, they shot their event with a smartphone. So when people say there is a lot to learn in videography, nowadays technology has made a lot of things easier. You know, it's not like back in the days when we started, when we were using those VCR, those camcorders that you record with a VCR, you know. It is not like those days. Nowadays, just a smartphone can shoot really good videos. But there's just a few things that if you want to be different, right, you have to come out from the rest. Because last time when I was live, I was saying there are 3 levels of videography. There's a level whereby people just take their whatever camera they have and point at something and shoot and just document. It's not really professional. Then there is the second level, which we are in, right? It's a semi-professional level where you create professional-looking videos just using your just by yourself alone, without a crew. So you find that you carry many hats as a videographer. You are the one who is shooting, you are the one who is coming to edit. At some point, you are the one who is even directing. You are the one who is doing almost everything, but then the videos that you create, this somehow still look professional. That is the second level. And then we have the third level, that is deep filmmaking, where you are just really focused on, if it's camera operator, you are just a camera operator in the industry. If you are a gaffer, you are just a gaffer in the industry, you know. So for you to stand out from the rest, you have to learn a few things in videography. Like I've been saying, there isn't so much to learn in videography. The only thing that you need to learn is just to understand the camera, you know, just understand the basic camera settings, like what the exposure, what does the ISO, what does the frame rate, what are these things, what do they mean, you know. Understand your camera settings well, understand how to set, how to choose your profile style, the picture styles, understand how to adjust white balance, just those things. And that is something that you can understand in a day or two, right? If you get my course, DSLR cinematic filmmaking, that is what I teach. I don't waste my time teaching things that I know you're not going to use, because that's what people in film schools, most of my students that have been to film schools, they tell me to say, how come in film school we never taught some of these things? You know, some people who watch my YouTube channel, when they come back from there, they'll be like, but these things, we are not being taught about them in film schools, because in film school, they follow a certain syllabus. But someone like myself who does the job, and I'm showing you this is exactly what you need to do, it is very easy. So those are the few things that you just need to understand. Composition, you just need to understand basic lighting, you just need to understand camera angles and camera movements, and you just need to understand sound. That's all. So for you to make it in videography, you have to explore like your passion in videography. If it's not something that you love, try to start loving it, and that way you can push it further, right? So the first topic of the whole course, videography business, is dedicated to exploring your passion as a videographer, as well as the things that you need to put in place for your videography career to take off. Don't just get started because there's a neighbor who is doing videography and it looks like it's going very well. You have to take your time to understand the industry first. You have to understand the business perspective of the industry. What are the ins and the outs? What are the do's and the don'ts? Just roughly, and that cannot even take you a week. You know, you can just really have some time and just understand the industry. Now, the second section of the course itself, it talks about how to make money in videography, you know. So I go over 10 steps on how you can make money in videography. And some of the things that I spoke about in that course is the skill. Now, the first thing is the skill. Obviously, for people to hire you, to pay you money, you need to have the skill. And this is one of the step that most videographers haven't spent time to quite master the skill, right? So even myself, when I started, I thought I had skill, but mostly people who are in my local area, they used to leave me there as a videographer and go to towns and shoot their videos there. And I used to get mad to say, why are they leaving me? But my skills were not quite sharpened yet. You know, most videographers, when they just start, 2 weeks just of starting videography, they want to start getting hired. You have to put a little bit of some work. You have to do a little bit of some work. So you have to spend a little bit of time and make sure your skill is competitive enough. Your skill is supposed to be something that someone can pay for. It shouldn't just look average, right? So I went deeper in terms of how you can enhance your skill in order for you to get hired, you know. And then that is the first part, and then there's a second part in the course where I talk about investing in yourself. So for me, when I started, I never had cameras, I never had computers, I never had motivators, I did it on my own. If with my God, I did it with God alone, you know. So one of the things that a lot of people were leaving me to go and shoot somewhere else is because I never really had the state-of-the-art equipment, to use, right? And it took me a lot of time for me to start investing in my career. And the very same time that I started getting some of the monies that I was getting, all this time, it doesn't mean like I wasn't really getting monies, but anytime I got some money, I never really saw a need for me to buy a good microphone, for me to buy a good lens, you know. I never really saw that need until I learned it the hard way when I got invited in Lusaka by an artist. His name is General Kanene. You know, he just saw the camera that I'm using. He said, you might have skill, but this kind of a camera is an old camera. It cannot really, even if you have skill, but the quality that is going to come out of this camera is not good enough. So if you really want to make it in videography, you have to also invest in good equipment. Thank God, nowadays, almost every camera can shoot really good videos. Like I've said, even a smartphone can shoot really good videos, right? You don't really need the most expensive camera. It's a win-win situation. If you know that you don't really have enough money to buy a bigger camera, you know, at least you need to have a lot of skill, you know, because when I see what I can do myself with just a smartphone, the videos that I can create with just a smartphone, they are amazing because my skills are backing it up. But there are other people who they don't really want to, they don't really know a lot, and they don't really want to struggle a lot in when they are filming. So they have enough money to buy good cameras. You know, there are good cameras like the Sony A1, like the Canon R5. Those cameras are really hybrid cameras. You know, they can do autofocus for you nicely, but they cannot do auto zoom. Someone was saying, can this camera do auto zoom? Those are the questions that I get in my I'm like, auto zoom, but it's a good idea. So you see, the cameras can have really, they are good in low light. You don't really have to struggle a lot in light and stuff like that. So having good equipment is an advantage, you know. It's not everything, but it's a very big advantage, you know. I was working in the church when I didn't have equipment. And when I stopped working in the church, when I started working by myself, right, the only things that I had was equipment. And I didn't really have the skills yet, but people somehow knew I have a drone. They knew somehow I have a camera. That time I was using Canon 70D, you know. It had a stabilizer and stuff. It was a professional setup. And people used to hire me for the sake of me having good equipment. So I went so hard on that topic with regards to buying good equipment, right, in the course itself. And then we come to marketing and marketing and promotion of promoting your videography career, promoting your videography company or business, right? Now, most people, they will spend a lot of time. They'll spend a lot of time before actually promotion and marketing and promotion. After you have secured some good gig, the one thing that I spoke in the course, like in details, I think that chapter is the most important chapter, is creating a sizable portfolio, you know. Most videographers lose clients because they have nothing much to show, and they don't take a lot of time to shoot a few things that they can put in their portfolio, you know. Someone will buy a camera and they already want to, you know, act like they are the real game in the industry, right? So building a portfolio is very important because that is the first thing your potential clients will see. So in the course, I have gone in details on how to build a portfolio. You know, building a portfolio is not just really a combination of clips. If you look at it in the business perspective, in the course I was talking, when I was giving hints on how to create a good portfolio, when I was giving tips on how to create a good portfolio, one thing that I mentioned in there, which is very important, is when you are building a portfolio, any clip that you put in your portfolio, it represents, it is selling your business, right? So some people just, you know, shoot anything and create a portfolio. And then when clients look at that portfolio, it doesn't really sell them. It doesn't really sell their creativity. It doesn't sell their business. They just put really average clips in that portfolio, you know. So when you are creating a portfolio, you have to put clips looking at them on the business perspective to say, this thing that I'm showing in this portfolio, who will hire me to go and shoot something like this? So if maybe, for example, you're creating a portfolio about real estate videography, maybe you want to get into real estate videos, right? So any clip that you show, it has to, you have to put it with a mentality to say, when a potential client, if a potential client sees this clip, or you ask yourself, who will hire me to go and shoot some of these things? Because what they see that you have shot, you know, sometimes I create a portfolio about music videography, and then someone in the corporate sees that portfolio or sees that demo reel. Someone who is in the corporate industry will not look at that portfolio as meaning anything to them, right? I also spoke about how you should demarcate. If you are into so many genres of videography, don't create one portfolio for everything, because you just confuse your potential clients, you know? So if you are into music videos, create a single portfolio for music video, so that you show only dope clips about music videography. And the clips that you put in there, it has to be something that musicians can relate to, right? If you put a nice bottle there of champagne, just be figuring out, okay, is this things that is trending? You put clips that are trending in your portfolio, so that it actually opens, when a potential client sees it, will be like, I would want to shoot something like this. I would want to shoot something like this. Oh man, I think this guy is actually shooting things that I would want to put in my video. So it increases your chances of being hired, right? So targeting everybody is targeting nobody. You know, that is one mistake that a lot of videographers do in their portfolios, right? Like they put all the clips, you know, they combine music videos, they combine weddings, they combine all this stuff. It's not bad, but if you send such a combination to someone who is in the corporate, all they are seeing is just girls with big butts dancing, all they are seeing is just, you know, champagne and stuff like that, and then just one clip of which looks a little bit corporate, they're not going to take you serious. So you have to look at everything at the business perspective. This clip, will it attract clients or not? Just because maybe you were filming and then there was a nice drone shot, it's in the bush, then you want to put it because there's a nice movement. You should be asking yourself, so who is going to hire me to go and shoot a bush? Who is going to hire me to go and just shoot a rock, you know? So you have to, I've explained a lot of those stuff. And then from there, you need now to come to marketing and promoting your videography, you know, and that is where I'm so good. I'm very savage when it comes to promoting my work, but you don't even look at it in that way, because I don't put it in the face to say, hey, here I am, I'm marketing myself. Never. I do it so cleverly. I have shared almost 10 tips of how to do proper marketing, how to properly promote your business. And this one doesn't really just go to the people who are in the videography, it also goes to the people who are into any business, you know, how to promote their businesses using videography. All right, so marketing is one of the biggest weakness, probably why you are not getting hired. Because most people put so much effort to learn videography, put so much effort to raise some money to buy equipment, put so much effort to shoot some projects for free and create a portfolio. After they've created that portfolio, they don't promote it. You know, like they don't promote it. They just post it on Facebook and say, I'm a videographer. If you want to hire me, contact me. Come on. And there's nothing else that the client can see, you know. So you have to, the amount of effort, the amount of time that you put into knowing the videography career and actually getting started, you know, and sacrificing for you to make some videos, creating a sizable portfolio, that is the same amount of time and effort that you need to put into marketing and promoting those videos. Because there's a lot of us. I spoke about high competition in the videography space and how you can rise up from there. That course, you should just get it. You should just get it if you want to make money in videography, right? So promoting and marketing your videography is very crucial to you making money. Because if people doesn't know you, no matter how much skill you have, they simply won't know you. That's why most people who have gone to film schools, they are the ones that are not even making money in videography because they want to go the traditional way, you know. Things have moved from there. Things have moved. Nowadays, there's a way, the new way of doing things, even getting clients, there's just different ways. There's just different things that is happening now, right? So promoting your videos is very important, and I have shared in that course, like, I think it's the longest because there's a lot that you need to know in order for you to actually promote yourself successfully. You know, one of the things that I mentioned in there is one of the tricks that for marketing your videography career or your whatever, it is content marketing, right? So for me, I don't really go out and look for clients because, well, there's a lot of people who already know me. Most of the time I'm fully booked. But even if we had to put it in a way like I really want clients, I don't really go the traditional way that everybody else is going to say, hey, I'm a videographer, contact me, this is what we are doing. No, I use content marketing, right? What I do is I share a lot of tips about videography. I create tutorials. If you go on my YouTube channel now, you'll see a lot of tutorials. Even here on Facebook, I come and teach about videography, you know. That puts me in a position where even people who, like right now I'm teaching, but after this live broadcast is finished, people will be contacting me asking, how much do you charge for videos? How much do you charge for music videos? How much do you charge for, for real estate videos? A lot of people, they just watch how I teach, because I'm already telling them that I know what I'm doing, you know. Because most people, when they're looking for a videographer, they're looking for somebody who knows exactly what they're doing. So what is a better way? For me, I'm here, I'm teaching, you can even see what I shoot, you can see. So I've already put myself in the position whereby people can trust me even on their project. Because they actually see what I'm saying and the result of what I'm saying and how I'm explaining how I work, they already know. So that is one of the ways that you can use to market your videography. There's a lot of secrets that I have reviewed in that course. A lot of them, you'll be shocked. And I do all those things right here without you knowing that I'm also just marketing my videography. I don't even take these things of YouTube. Even my YouTube channel is not monetized because my game is not to make money through YouTube. My game is just to market my videography so that people can give me projects, you know. I'm just coming from shooting a whole feature film. I'm going to show you maybe some clips, maybe tomorrow, because I'm planning to go live every day. There's a lot that I need to teach, that I need to share with you, not teaching, right? I just shot a whole feature film, 1 hour, 43 minutes, right? From there, I just shot another documentary in 4 different countries. That's why you saw I disappeared for some time. I was busy. And guess how those people got me? through my YouTube videos, you know, they understand, this person understands cinematic, this person understands time management, they understand all those things. Content marketing. There's what we call video marketing. You'll find all those things in the course. There's a lot that I've shared in that course, videography business, there's a lot. So after promoting and marketing your work, another very big step is networking and building relationships. You know, this is very important. You know, videographers, I don't know, when I started, where I started, people used to take this videographer as if it's some kind of hiding information, like, yo, you know, they don't want to, if they're having a project, they don't want another videographer to come and, you know, be on the same project. They want to do things themselves. They want to appear that they are the real game. As you are growing in the industry, you understand that you actually do better videos when you have a team around. Everything becomes easier. Just imagine you are the one monitoring how makeup is going on. You are the one doing lighting. You are the one who is shooting. You are the one who is directing. You are the one who is checking the costume. You are the one who is checking the props. All these things, one person, trust me, you will never make good videos. So networking and building relationships. There are two relationships that you need to build in videography. The first relationship is the relationship with other videographers. You know, I started really, my career started really moving after I met Mr. Nick, who is shooting Diamond, who is shooting, who is this, Davido, shooting Casper Nyovest. You know, he called me to just go and do interviews for Joyous Celebration because I had a lot of cameras. You know, the reason why he called me is because I had a lot of cameras. So he was looking for someone who has got like 4 GH5s. So I said, no, there's another guy called Pedro. We don't know what he can do, but just call him anyway. Since he already has those cameras, maybe he knows what he's doing, you know. So he called me there. I shot just interviews for Joyous Celebration when they were about to record Joyous 23, I believe. So I was just doing those interviews, and then after I did the interviews, I was just picking his mind to say, so do you still shoot videos? Who helps you when you shoot videos? I'm willing to just come and, you know, help you do behind the scenes. I was just really humbling myself before him because I had seen some of his work. I had seen that he's a big man in the industry because he was employed by Sony Music Entertainment, you know. So he called me in. Next time when he was supposed to shoot a video for Casper, Nyovest and Kolichana, guess who he called? Because he had a problem with a hand, he called me. So the importance of networking with other videographers is you tap in their client base. That is number one. Number two, you learn from other videographers. Those things are very important. Number four is, you see, when I'm busy myself, I just start calling other videographers that I know, that I have a relationship with. You know what? Yo, I'm fully booked. Can you get this project? So when you create a certain relationship with other videographers, when they are fully booked, they can always call you, pass on some projects to you. You are making money. Or they can call you to say, oh man, this project is too big. Can we do it together? We have done that so many times. So that is the first relationship. I have explained more about how you actually approach those people, you know, because if you, now you go in my DM and you just text me to say, hey Pedro, I want to come and start working with you. Hey man, start working with me. What are you bringing to the table? You know, I have explained. Let me just maybe jump to that. And then the relationship, the other relationship that you need to create is a relationship with clients. You know, some of you just work with somebody and just never talk to them again. You know. So what I do myself is after I work with somebody, there's a client, there's an artist from Zimbabwe. His name is Knox and Freeman. You know? His name is Knox. So the man was famous. The artist is famous in that side of Zimbabwe. He was famous, but at some point his career was like not really moving, not really happening. Maybe he was trying to change. I don't know what was going on with him. So I saw that this man sings nice music. And that time I was also starting in music videography. So I just offered him to say, can I shoot this video for any amount that you have? You know, and then he was like, no, let me try this guy. So he tried me. I shot the video. The video was a bomb. He said, oh man, I liked it. And I kept on communication. How bro? Hi bro, did you like the video? What can we improve next time? I was creating a relationship. And just from him, a lot of Zimbabwean artists followed me. A lot. Freeman followed. Sandra followed, Jema, all those Zimbabwean. I even won Best Videographer of the Year 2022 in Zimbabwe. You see, from one client that I created a relationship with. So any client, even Freeman, the first time I did his video, he called me and say, you know what, Pedro, from today, you'll be the only person who'll be shooting my videos. I think you understand this genre of videography that I'm doing. He likes the way I work. I don't even give problems, you know. So most of my clients now, one of the reasons why I don't go around and look for clients, I already have lots of clients. Lots of clients. I'm supposed to go to Ghana now to go and, who is this guy? Eddie Kenzo's video. I'm supposed to go to Nigeria now to do Ianya's video, you know. And all these connections is through the relationships that I created in the industry. So that is one thing that I described a lot in the videography business course, creating relationships. And then let's go to another. Man, I feel like I should just teach. I don't like the way I'm jumping serious points, you know, but I just want to show you what is contained in the course. Then another factor that really can make money for you in videography is how you charge your videography. You know, sometimes you can charge very high because you want to make profit. Then clients will say, no, this guy is so expensive, we can't afford him. Then when you see that, hey, clients are not coming, then you lower your price down, you start charging low. And client will look at you and say, hey, man, this guy is not serious. How can he say music video is just 500 rand? And you are losing client. Whether you charge low, you are losing client. Whether you charge high, you are losing client. So you have to come with a criteria of how you should charge. And one of the 9 steps that I described how to price your video is the location where you are staying, right? People in urban cities, like in big cities, there's a certain amount of charge that they are charging. That amount of money, you can't go to the rural areas and charge that same amount of money, you know. So you have to strike a right balance. And even in the course, I show you what kind of questions I usually ask my client. When a client reaches out to me to say, hey, Pedro, I have a project, how much do you charge? There are certain questions that I ask them. And those questions already, it gives my client to say the confidence in this guy, it seems he knows what he's doing. Me, I charge. I don't even charge a lot, but I charge according to the work that is given to me. At the end of the day, I don't want to lose a lot of time doing a job that is just paying little. At the end of the day, I don't want to lose client, becoming greedy, because I want to make profits right. So there's a series of questions that you need to ask. I'm just going to explain 2 here. The first one is, how long is the shoot going to take? If they want you to shoot something, or they want you to edit something, how long is it going to take? And the second question is, how much is your budget? So if you ask them, how long are you going to take for the project, you have to sit down and calculate how much you are worth. A lot of videographers don't even know. When I ask somebody to say, come and help me do the behind the scenes, one of the videographers, and I'm asking them, how much do you charge per hour? He doesn't know. You have, by now as a videographer, you need to know how much you are worth per hour, how much you are worth per half a day, how much you are worth per full day. So when I ask them, how long is the video going to take? They tell me, this video is going to take 3 days. I know per day I charge this amount of money. So for 3 days, I'm going to charge times 3. You don't have to start scratching your head. So for 3 days, how much am I going to charge these people? Are they going to agree? Never. You already know your story. And then after that, you follow up with a question to say, how much is your budget? They'll tell you, no, you are the one who knows most. You should tell us. Then you say, no, I just want to see how much budget you have. By asking that question, I have gotten really big monies just from asking those questions, right? There are times where I was charging $1,000 per day for a project. Then this company reached out to me and asked me to say, hey, we want you to come and shoot this project. I asked them, for how long is it going to take? They said it's going to take for 4 days. No, three and a half days. I already knew 3 times $1,000, that is $3,000. That is $4,500 because it was 3.5 days, right? So it's $3,000 already. I knew. But after that question, I followed up. So how much is your budget for those 3 days, for those 4 days? And then they go like, no, our budget was not that much. We didn't prepare a lot, but our budget was $7,000. Then I was like, if it is $7,000, I can work with that. So just by asking them, how much is your budget? Already, they are telling me how much they are willing to spend on that project. That question will save you, will make you a lot of money, and you have to approach it. There's a way that I described it in the course that you have to approach. There's other series of questions that need to follow up to trap the client. I trap them. There's nothing really. Sometimes I just trap the client. I find out, these people, they're even willing to add money. I help on that because that principle, whoever mentions the first price loses. So you see, I was going to charge them $4,000, but they told me they had a budget of $7,000. So already by them mentioning their first price, they lost. Because I hoped on their price. I said, no, I can work with that. But if I was the first person to tell them, no, I charge $3,000, they were going to say, no, we are good. We are good. It happened to me so many times. So there's a series of questions that you need to ask. But then there are a lot of other factors that are involved, So you have to sit down, go through that course, go through that chapter especially, and ask the questions that I normally ask and come up with a solid quotation for your people, right? And then I went through again, let me just jump to chapter 15, where I talk about videography contracts. No, not even videography contracts, it's far. Where I talk about how to get clients and where to find them and how to approach them. Last time I was just sharing here and there when I came live, but in the course I've gone through it. Sometimes clients will really not approach you. Clients will not really come to you and say, hey, because there are a lot of videographers in between for them to come and reach to you, right? So if you really want to make it, you have to also approach clients. You have to look for clients yourself, but don't look for them as a scammer. Sometimes the methods that we are using, we end up just appearing as if you are a scammer. But there's a professional way of approaching clients. There's a professional way of, looking for clients, and all those stuff, you find them in the course. And then there's videography contracts, what you're supposed to put in your videography contract. So I give you a sample contract that I normally use, and I explain each and every step, some of the most important stuff that you need to include in your contract. Of course, you have to consult with your local laws in the place where you are staying, but there are certain things that as a videographer, when I started, someone can tell me I can create a video and send to the client. After some time, the client will bring back that video, say, no, make this correction, make this correction. And then I do the correction and I send it back. And then they look, no, the first one was looking better. Can you change here? Can you change here? I was wasting a lot of time. But in the contract, there's where I say, I give clients only maybe twice for them to do changes. If they go more than 3 times, they have to pay for extra time and stuff like that. So most videographers just lose money all the time, anyhow. Just lose money, you know. So if you give your client to say, this is my contract, this is how I'm going to deliver. I even describe there in the contract how you deliver, what time, how much you should charge, at what point they should supposed to pay what, and stuff like that. Those things you'll find them in the course. All right. So the last part is some of the videography side hustles. You know, for me, I don't even remember last time I shot a wedding video. There are certain gigs that are just being replaced by some of the side hustles. You know, live streaming was not a thing, but it's one of the side hustles that makes me a lot of money. So I have described over 12 videography side hustles and going through them, each one of them. If you need equipment for that side hustle, it's like it's like there are mini classes on themselves. You know, so I've gone through all the side hustles that they make money for me even when I'm sleeping. One of them is online courses, right? A lot of people, tomorrow I'll show you the dashboard of my online course. You'll never believe how much I made. Sometimes I even forget about it. I was like, hey, when a student asks a question, that's, oh man, I have an online class. I go there, I check, I've made $8,000, I've made, you know. It's a lot of side hustle that I've described in this videography business course. Another side hustle is just a lot, man. There's a lot. So you just need to get the course itself. As I'm speaking to you now, the course has been uploaded to the website already. Just go to ufc.unifyinventive, but it will be available maybe, what time is this? Maybe around 23, because the videos are still processing. You know, after you post, you still have to process. So the videos are still processing, but the course is available. Maybe from 12 today, you'll be able to get it. And I wanted to sell this course a lot of money because I don't want a lot of people to know my secrets. So for this week alone, I'm gonna you'll be able to get the course for $30 only. $30. That is around 500 Rand. All this stuff that I've been speaking, it's a course over 2 hours of footage. It is amazing. It is amazing. So $30. The payment options are here. Let me see. Yeah, so all these are the payment options that through which you can pay for the course. You can use Western Union, you can use Mama Money, you can use Mokulu, you can use PayPal, you can use direct deposit to our account. All right. And then for those who say, hey, man, we want to follow you, these are my social media handles. You can follow me on any of those, especially on YouTube. I create amazing tutorials. But for those who want to connect with me, that is that. So I'm going to be giving away a lot of equipment. Like I said, over 25 actually. Maybe there could be more. So I'm planning the first people who join any of the classes, all the classes, they are going on promotion this whole week. You'll find after 12 today, you'll find how cheap they will be. All of them, they are going on promotion. I want to get as many new students as possible. And then I want also to support them. That is the only way that I support students. So I have a lot of gear. I'm looking at it now. I have a lot of gear that I'm going to start giving. Maybe on Saturday alone, when I come to give gear, maybe I'm going to give 10 or 12. And then maybe that other week, again, maybe I'm going to give 10 or 12. And it includes those stuff that I mentioned. It includes, what you call this? A Ronin S. It includes almost 20 lights, video lights, includes smoke machines, includes computer monitor, includes just certain things that you can use. I no longer use those things myself. So that is how you can enroll. So let me just go through your questions before we cut the live stream. Promising Como was so if you have any question at this time, just ask before I cut the live. Thank you for the promotion prize. That's Mr. Kasonde. You're welcome. I'm Swedi Sudes. Nice, bro. Thank you so much. My son Pedro Jr. Is here. So yeah, the course is gonna launch at $30 only. You are in for good. All right. For some reason, this phone is hiding comments, man. So I just want to answer some of the questions before I cut the live. So if you have any questions, please just ask. Mr. Violet was watching. Kota Zuze also was watching. Thank you. I need to enroll in this one as well. Your courses are very informative and practical. Thank you so much, Caroline. These are some of the students. Like, you see what I was telling you? There's my course, you never go wrong with them. How to charge, that's my current struggle. My clients seem to complain but want quality content. All right, so if you get the course, I have explained exactly. You know, sometimes the place where you are staying is also a factor with regards to how much you should charge. Like I was explaining, in cities, in bigger cities, there's a certain amount of money people charge. If you are living in bigger cities, right now, if I relocate back to where I started videography, I'm not going to be charging the same amount that I'm charging now. Because in the same cities, there are people who are doing videography there. They might not be as skilled as you are, but people in that city, there's a certain amount of money that they can pay for a video. There are only a few people, maybe 1 out of 100, who can actually make their budget higher, but there's always a level of how much people pay in that area. So in the course, I was describing how you can come up with a price in any area. One of them is to do a market research, find out how much other videographers are charging inside that area where you are in, to see that maybe you are not going too much up or too much low. If you go too much up, they'll decline. If you go too much low, they might think, maybe it's not serious. Then they just go with some of the other people that are already there in that area. So if you get the course, I have described all those things in the course step by step. All right. Mr. Jonathan says the king is live. Thank you so much, Mr. Mike Major. Thank you. Everything is perfect as always. Thank you. Watching from Zambia, Mr. Emmanuel. New things. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel. $1,000 a day-ish. I salute you, sir. That is the basic $1,000 that I charge per day. It doesn't include transportation, it doesn't include accommodation, it doesn't include meals. But in that $1,000, anyways, you just get everything in the course. I have described everything in the course, how much I charge and how I trap some of the, there's a lot that is involved in that course. Okay, yes, live sessions every day. We use our data for something beneficial. Thank you. That's how we're gonna roll. Tomorrow I'll be live here again. I just want to show you the equipment that I'm gonna be giving away and testing some of them. All right, how do we join the classes? I would like some equipment. You can just go to ufc.unifyinventive. You find all the other classes, but this videography one that I'm talking about now, it will be live around 23 because the videos are still loading. What about us who joined already? Are you gonna give us the giveaways? Exactly. If you just join, you have joined. If you have just joined, you have joined. Anytime I'm doing a giveaway, your names are there. So if you are still lucky, you can win something, right? But the first 50 new people, that's where I'm gonna give, especially on the new course that I've launched now. Because next week, Tuesday, I'm gonna launch another course, live streaming. Finally, it's coming as well. It's ready, but I just want to give time for each course. Last time I made a mistake, just launched everything in one day, and people were confused which one they should get. All right, you are too much, bro. Thank you so much, Mr. Kelvin. Mr. Steven, watching from Malawi, thank you so much. MJ Sitole, can't wait to start the course. You are welcome. Is the course available on the website right now? Yes, it's going to be available in 2 hours. The videos, they're just processing, but it has been uploaded, it has been checked, it has been approved, so it's going live now. Anytime, I was hoping that it would be live by the time I'm live, but they told me around 11 or 12 you'll be able to access it. All right, so the payment options are there. You can pay with Mukuru, you can pay with Mama Money, you can pay with Western Union. PayPal is the fastest. You can also pay with direct deposit. What about us? Okay, me and my team, we need to take the course. Mr. Tusi, thank you so much. It's on promotional price now, $30 only. 30, and it's just this week. Next week, you'll see the price. It will just tell you to say, hey, because I don't want a lot of people to... I know when I come here, there are just a few filmmakers. You know why I teach everything? Even if I was to... filmmakers are the most people who are not serious. You know, there are just a few people who will be willing to try. So I don't mind just to teach everything, what I know. That's why people always say, but Pedro, don't you think you'll create a competition for yourself? Especially when I started in 2019 teaching these things. You're going to create competition for yourself. I told them, say, even if I can teach everything, there are just a few makers who are willing to try out these things. So it's still not anything to worry about. Okay. All right, guys. So that is it. I can't see any new comments. My current camera, Canon 70D. Canon 70D is still a good camera, as long as you have a camera that is shooting in HD. If you get my course, DSLR cinematic filmmaking, I describe how to choose a camera. Most of these cameras that you are looking for now, they are not even necessary. Myself, I'm able to afford any kind of a camera. Any kind, but you know what, I'm just still using the GH5. Why? Because the content that I create, they don't really need for me to have like a big setup for what? For just show off. If you just gonna really want to just show off, you'll not create nice videos. So I like a camera that it's an all-round camera. I know I'm not gonna struggle with the battery. I know I'm not gonna struggle with the camera overheating. So my focus is on the storytelling itself. You know, so if you have a camera right now that is shooting in HD, it doesn't matter the brand. And people say, hey, which camera should I buy? Some of the questions that I get, which camera should I buy? Should I buy Canon or Nikon? Or should I buy Canon or Sony? You know, because it already shows that you don't understand anything about cameras. In the course DSLR, I described, you should ask Caroline who is watching here. I think she will testify. And she's one of my students. I described what understanding the camera is crucial, guys. It's a very crucial. Understanding what lenses to use, understanding the how you are creating that image. It's very important. You know, how do I adjust the shutter speed? If I overdo shutter speed, what is the effect? If I reduce it too much, what is the effect? Those things you need to understand them. There's a difference between knowing something and understanding something. So most of you people who just watch things on YouTube, you actually know, oh, okay, for me to reduce light, I should just adjust the shutter speed. Yeah, you know, but you don't understand exactly, because any adjustment you do on the camera, there's a side effect, you know. If you want to put more light onto the sensor of the camera, you adjust the ISO. But as you are adjusting it, as you are taking the ISO higher, you also introduce noise in the image, you know. So you have to just understand those things a little bit. But if you really want to take your videography level to the next, just get an HD camera. Nowadays, people watch videos in HD. 4K is more popular now, but people are still consuming online. Even in broadcasters, still broadcasting in HD. So an HD camera is so fine, you know. If most of the other movies that we used to watch, Hollywood movies, they are not even shot in 4K. They are shot in 2.7K. Most of them in 2K, you know. So just because the camera shoots in 4K, it doesn't mean it has got high quality. 4K and HD, there is no difference. The only difference is just the size, you know. 4K, it has got 4,096 pixels, whilst HD, it has got 1,900. So 4K doesn't mean the quality. It just means the size of the video when you play it. All right, so you just need to understand some of those small things. Otherwise, you are good. All right. Frank, watching from Carltonville, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm looking for comments, for questions with regards to the course. The classics are helpful. I learned a lot. Thank you so much, Mr. Stefan. I love you, bro. This is Mr. Matthew. Thank you so much, Mr. Matthew. What is the all-round lens that I must get, sir? You see that question already. Teach us more. I don't understand how to balance them. Those things I've described them in one of these courses. Those courses, they'll be very cheap now. Just get them. I explain them better in there because I have footage to back the theory that I'm talking about. I don't teach theory like what you are seeing now. I teach practical, right? So one person here is asking, what is the all-round lens that I must get, sir? Now, when we are talking about lenses, there's two things that you need also to consider, right? There's also the camera sensor size. There's other cameras that are cropped, that have got cropped sensors, right? So, for example, if I can tell you now to say, for me, the all-round lens that I normally use in almost all my videos is this lens here, 18 to 35 millimeter Sigma 1.8, f1.8, because I'm using a 2x crop sensor camera. So in order for you to put that lens, whatever lens that you're going to use, first you need to understand the crop sensor of your camera. So mine is a 2x crop. So this 18 to 35, it's more like 36 to 70, right? 32 to 70 millimeter. That is my all-round lens. But if I told you to say, get this same lens, and then you go and use an APS-C sensor, then you're not going to get the same range. So you need to understand the focal range, you need to understand crop factors, you need to understand the sensor size. Then if you tell me what camera you are using, then I can tell you, I think, and what things are you shooting mostly? You know, you can get a wide lens and shoot someone's face. You distort them. Wide lenses have got a distortion. So there's a range. There's a range like maybe from 7 to 24 millimeter is wide range. I don't shoot people's faces. Maybe when they are a group, but if it is a portrait like this, I use a range from 35 to somewhere 70 millimeter. That is the range that I use to shoot people's faces and to shoot close-ups. And then I use semi-telephoto lenses when I'm taking like really detailed shots, That's when I use a lens like 70 to 200 millimeter, semi-telephoto. But if I'm shooting wildlife, like I'm afraid of animals, I use 200 to 600 millimeter lens. So it depends what you shoot mostly, the size, the crop factor that you have, and stuff like that. Things to consider. Those things you'll find them in my course, DSLR Cinematic Filmmaking. Don't buy it now, just buy after 12, because everything is going to change. There's a promotional price. So buy them after 12. I know the website still looks the same now, but it's about to change. Okay. I use Sony A6400, and I'm doing wedding mostly. So the lens that you need mostly, the all-round lens that I can recommend for you on this one, it must be the 17 to 70 millimeter or 24 to 70 millimeter. That is a good range. At least you take some wide shots. At the same time, you can also take some close-ups. And for weddings, it's great. So just look for a lens 17 to 80 millimeter or 17 to 50 millimeter. If you are in the group, I'll send that lens, then you can look at it. Mr. Pedro, thank you so much. Very educative. You are welcome. Is Nikon D750 make good videos? It's awesome. It's awesome. I know one pastor who shoots his videos with the same camera. It's awesome. The only thing that you need to worry, like I was saying, if you have any camera right now that can shoot HD, it doesn't matter the brand. What matters is the lens that you attach to your camera and the skills that you have to back it up. And the skills, you don't need those things that they tell you to say, no, you need 6 months. No, 1 week. Just go on my website 1 week, you'll come and testify. You'll see how many wrong things people make in videography. All right, how do I join the group? There is a number, there's a WhatsApp number on this page. Just say hi after the live, then I'll add you now. I'm watching from Mongo, amazing. I don't know if it is too late for me to start this career, even though I don't have cameras and gadgets yet. All right, so the first part of the course, videography, this is the people that I was describing in the beginning. Even myself, I was at that stage where maybe it's too late for me. Does it have income security? You know, I discuss a lot of stuff in the course, variables of, you know, inconsistency of income in videography. You'll find all those stuff in the course. So one thing I can say is it is not too late to join. In fact, this is the best time to join, because now this is when videography is taking up, right? It's taking off now. So this is the best time to join videography. And with regards to, I don't have equipment. Even myself, when I started, I didn't have equipment. But these days, I just wish you have enough data. Which one is this? Apple shot their whole event on a smartphone. So you can just really start with a basic camera. My floor plan, like the floor plan that I can give to someone who is very serious about videography, who doesn't have equipment, who doesn't have knowledge, who doesn't have... The first is for them to understand the generalities of videography, the industry itself, right? And then start by using basic equipment. Like you can start learning videography just using your phone. Every phone almost these days, they can shoot HD videos. Mine even shoots 80K, you know? So equipment is not really a limitation, but if you can have some skills that are convincing, even equipment opportunities will present themselves. Because when I started myself, I didn't have a camera, but I had some skill, right? So anytime I approach someone, if I have a project, I'll just ask for a camera. Or if I need to pay for that camera, I'll pay. I'll do that project and save some of that money, keep saving it until I was able to buy myself a camera of my own, right? So it is not too late, but there's just a process that you just need to follow if you want to get there a little bit faster, right? Okay. What else do we have? Me, I have to restart my career, got robbed. Oh, this is Mr. Doom Art 2 days ago. Yeah, I'm so sorry. And I remember in February 2020, I got robbed as well. You know, thieves, they saw I was driving my other X5. It had clear windows. Nowadays, if you see all my cars, all of them, they are tinted. Even the latest Range Rover that I bought recently, I just bought it and took it straight to be tinted, you know. So I was driving this X5 of mine, and the thieves, you know, the thugs saw that I'm traveling with equipment, and they attacked me. They broke the windows of the car whilst I was actually driving. And then they took some of the stuff, like they took 3 cameras, you know, and they took a laptop which had a lot of people's projects I had to repay. It's not a bad state. It's not a good state. To be robbed as a videographer, I feel your pain, man. But as long as you have the skill, you have some connections already because you were filming, it is going to be easier. It is not even going to take a month. All right. So I can see we don't have questions. Thank you so much, guys. Tomorrow I'll be live. I'll just be showing you some of the stuff that I'm going to be giving away and also be answering questions because I was not really so much around. And I found a lot of questions from some of them. The people who are in the course, I answer immediately wherever I am. But there are other people who just really ask general questions. Others just really want help. Others just want guidance. So I'm just going to go through some of the questions that I haven't been able to answer and then be answering. And then if you have any questions, you can ask them tomorrow as well. Otherwise, the course has launched. You can start getting it around 12 today or 11:30. It will be there live. I can't wait to see you in the course. Have a lovely night.